We're in the midst of a global transformation, as more and more people are moving from the offline world to being constantly connected. Over the next 5 years, the way we pay will change, more than it has over the last 50 years. We're innovating faster than ever to connect you to what's next in a world beyond cash. A world where every connected device is a commerce device. A world where we access any train or bus with a tap of our phone. And where we buy our favorite food from a stadium seat or our favorite movie from our connected cars. It's also a world where we help millions of people send or receive money in more secure ways. With great technology comes great responsibility.
Experience technology today, it's like behind this glass screen, and you're kind of stuck. It feels cold. We've unlocked the screen.
Really what we're trying to do is break down the walls between, technology and people.
This is the next generation of computing. This is the next PC.
It's basically a see-through display that you wear, and it lets you see holograms in your world, in your space, all around you.
A hologram is made out of light, which ultimately allowed us to pour digital assets over the real world so that humans can essentially be entertained and be empowered to do things in brand new ways.
The ability to draw with your hand or to take an asset, an image and move it or scale it is a very natural way of interacting with it.
Here's what you can do with holographic video. Here's what you can do with using your world as a game level. Here's what you can do with taking the power of 3D modeling and creation, and guess what? Pulling it out of a screen into real 3D, and then sharing what you've created with others.
That was science fiction, and now we're bringing it into science fact.
They've been working on this for, years, secretly. You need to have a bunch of obsessive people who see this as a meaningful part of their lives.
This is by far, far, far the hardest, most complex, most challenging, and most intriguing thing I've ever done in my life.
I mean, we are literally smacking up against some of the laws of physics on what we can and can't do with light.
For all this complexity, it has to be incredibly easy, incredibly familiar, incredibly universal how you use this new palette.
We just recently started engaging with third parties to build applications for the device, and the things they're doing they're humbling.
When you've got 1,000 different people from all different backgrounds with all different types of experience, you're gonna see that the stuff that we've built at the beginning is just a tiny scratching of the surface of what this technology can do and what it can mean for people.
When the other perspectives come to it and all the creatives out there, it's gonna blow our minds.
This is a new medium for artistic expression and a new medium for creation that we've just never had before.
This platform is going to truly blend your digital life with your physical life. And it is so thrilling. This is truly about seeing the world in a whole different way.
Let us dance among the stars. Our world is about to change. A revolution is about to give you complete control. Invention, innovation. We have shaped our own history. The first computer, the mobile phone, GPS, the internet, smartphones, social networking, and machine-to-machine communication. Incredible progress. But have you ever wondered why the simple things haven't changed much at all? Why do we still use physical keys, remote controls, access cards? And why do we all still carry a number of bank, loyalty, and identification cards? And with our phones and computers, we are generating and sharing more data about our lives than ever before. How do we protect and share our data while maintaining our privacy? There is a solution to build a secure and streamlined world. Meet Hive OneID. Hive OneID is a revolutionary identification solution for objects, people, and animals. It is perfectly suited to enable the next technology wave called the Internet of Everything. Hive OneID will secure and simplify this new era dramatically. So, how does it work? It's simple. It all starts with a wireless OneID. This is a totally secure, unique identification equipped with sensors that enable a wide range of functionality. The one I have here looks like a credit card, but your OneID could be a wristband, a pendant, or a watch. To enable your world, you attach Hive OneIDs to everything you want monitored or identified. Yourself, your loved ones, your possessions, or business equipment. The technology consists of two components. First is the secure and unique Hive OneID. The second is the Hive Reader, which securely reads any OneID in range. When a OneID passes within range of a Hive Reader, the OneID will automatically transmit its unique identity as well as instructions, according to predefined rules. The Hive Reader can then use this data to securely trigger local actions or can securely transmit this data onwards to any address on the internet for further actions or storage. Over time, data from each OneID can be stored in a cloud-based database. The owner of the OneID will own all its associated data, which is always securely private by default. This data will be available online through the Hive portal. There, you can choose how to make this data available and to whom. Hive OneIDs built into products by manufacturers will allow the secure on-demand transmission of status and error messages to the manufacturer, if permitted by the owner. With Hive, every OneID is uniquely encrypted to completely secure private data. Data can only be decrypted by the owner using their unique user key. So, anything tagged with a OneID can wirelessly respond to any object or any environment. Control and interaction is possible anywhere, anytime, in any way. Hive OneID is a magical product that will secure, identify, and simplify your world on all levels. A new connected world awaits. Feel the control. Hive OneID paves the way to simplify day-to-day experience, controlling access to your home and your workplace, and everything in between. Start your car, pay for parking, or for a public transport ride, all with your OneID. Your office and your house automatically adjust lighting and temperature to match your preferences. And when you leave, all objects hibernate to conserve energy. Banking and point of sales become seamless and totally secure. OneID provides the perfect digital signature, dramatically reducing identity theft while authenticating all kinds of digital interactions. And when you want to speak to your world, your One ID is ready, adding unique identification to emails, photos, and social media posts. Advertising becomes targeted and unique, and loyalty systems just work. All the ineffective spam is gone. When attending a medical facility, your One ID can provide access to your medical data, saving time and lives. All your information is entirely secure. You have complete control over who has access to what. With its diverse sensing abilities, Hive One ID can also be used in the business environment. Let's say you're in fresh produce and one of your delivery trucks is on its way to a destination. Hive One IDs will record the temperature and the ambient conditions of every pallet of food every step of the way. If a truck is in an accident, One IDs with tilt or vibration sensors will let you know. If you're in construction, Hive is keeping an eye on the movement of all your assets and staff, keeping your finger on the pulse in real time. In your warehouse, Hive One ID is taking stock. It's almost magical. One ID is uniquely suited to enabling government services, from national identification to vehicle registration. The rich data provided by Hive One ID will allow governments to improve infrastructure and services while increasing efficiency and decreasing fraud. Hive One ID is the single identification technology. It is a revolution gaining momentum. Hive One ID is the thread that will run through every layer of technology, simplifying and securing your world every step of the way. You are witnessing the moment history gets made. Hive One ID is our future, and it is here to serve you today.
There's a growing trend towards cashing out. Hardly anyone carries cash with them these days. So Consumer Reports checked out other ways to pay, including mobile wallets, merchant apps, and the old-fashioned credit and debit cards. Here's News Channel 5's Jennifer Krause.
Rachel Hook walks around every day with almost no money in her wallet.
I don't use cash or checks, actually. I don't even have a checkbook or cash.
She pays for virtually everything, including her share of groceries, to her roommate through an app on her phone.
Credit and debit cards are still important cashless players, but new technologies are pushing us to abandon paper money entirely.
You could already be helping make cash obsolete if you're using one of the 37 million electronic toll tags on the road. Maybe you're using a mobile wallet like Apple Pay, Android Pay, PayPal, or Samsung Pay. Or a person-to-person payment system via Square, Pop Money, Facebook payments in Messenger, or Venmo to pay friends in a snap. Branded apps from companies like Starbucks, Walmart, Uber, and Dunkin' Donuts make it simple for you to pay while building customer loyalty for the merchants. But experts at Consumer Reports say there are potential downsides.
Mobile payments can generate a mountain of digital data that can tell lots about us that we may not want people to know.
Digitalization of dollars also creates an irresistible target for cyber criminals.
Hackers can be relentless, so consider connecting any technology to a credit card rather than your bank account. You might incur some fees, but you'll be afforded the same protections as if you used the credit card itself.
Which means cashless convenience may be more secure than you think. Jennifer Krause, News Channel 5.
In the future, you may be getting rid of more than just your wallet. One day, you may not even need your phone to pay. New cashless technology on the horizon will let you make payments with just your fingerprint. And an app is in the works that will let you scan merchandise and pay for your purchases just as you walk through a store without ever waiting in line or even going to the cash register. How about that?
Where could we have that? It must be here.
Shopping for snacks in Stockholm has got a lot simpler in recent years.
My PIN code, and then it's done.
In part, that's thanks to cashless payment systems, like the one developed by entrepreneur Peter Fredell.
Cash presents a lot of problems for society as a whole. I mean, a lot of people actually want to use cash, but in Sweden, it's definitely lower and lower and lower.
While an estimated 55% of US consumer payments are made with cash, in Sweden, that number is now down to 41%.
We are connected to the cashier system. We're there. But we also have the network because we're sitting on the mobile data network, so we're up in a store in a second.
Fredell's firm, Seamless, now operates in 30 different countries. But here in Internet-enabled Sweden, it's just one of several companies competing to replace cash.
There's a strong IT digital entrepreneurship phase in Sweden now, where entrepreneurial companies really want to challenge the old banking industry by providing these new innovative mobile payment services.
The old banking industry has reacted, with 6 of Sweden's largest banks banding together in 2012 to build an instantaneous mobile payment platform, Swish.
We share the development costs. We see that customers are adopting new technology like mobile payments, and of course we also saw this need where we could replace cash.
The idea that banks could cooperate to kill off cash might be unthinkable elsewhere. But it's not so surprising in Sweden, where bills and coins recently constituted less than 3% of the country's domestic product. That's compared to an average across the euro area of almost 10%. Many bank branches here no longer carry hard currency. Homeless magazine vendors, like Jimmy here, use wireless card readers to accept credit and debit card payments. And then I press this? Yeah. And certain cell phone stores sport signs saying no cash accepted. But in Sweden, which printed Europe's first banknotes 350 years ago, these new technologies have not stopped the central bank from designing new notes for 2015.
This is a security feature that will be on all of them.
Susanna Gruffman may control the country's physical currency, but says she herself never carries cash.
We are quite neutral, even though we are the one who provide the society with cash. We don't necessarily say that cash is, for example, when you look at efficiency, the best payment instrument.
In a nation where ever fewer retail transactions are carried out in cash and almost everyone has access to the internet, the new kronas coming out next year may be the last ones the Swedes ever need.
Plasticard.
Plasticard? Wait, that's the name.
Yeah, you think it's something simple, and then bam!
Oh, wow, I get it.
It has this cool e-ink touchscreen display and an easy interface. You just swipe to the card you want, and you use it exactly like you would with any other card. I mean, I paid the meter, used the ATM. Okay, say you go into a cute boutique and you want to buy something. Tell me something you'd get.
A sweater? I see it on display and I'm like, that's a pretty cool sweater.
Okay, seriously?
Yeah.
This is a hypothetical situation. Oh, I know. Get something for your wife.
Okay, how about a watch? You know, like something elegant by some fancy designer?
Perfect.
Yeah.
You just swipe to the card you want, use it like you normally would, and then you're done. It even shows a picture and a signature so the merchant knows it's you. And when you're all done, it shows you a transaction alert.
So you put all of your credit cards on it?
I have everything on it. Bank cards, gift cards. I even have my key fob for work on it.
Oh, wow.
You swipe everything into your phone and it syncs to your plastic card. Like, I went to the cafe today and I remembered that my friend got me a gift card. Just one swipe, a scan, and there it is. The barista was pretty cute. I bet he was a model or something. Damn, I should have got his number.
How often do you replace it?
Oh, you don't replace it. You recharge it.
Nice. What happens if you lose it?
It tells you before it even happens. Like, say some work thing happens and I run out the door to deal with it. Before I go too far, Plasticard would send me a notification. But if I accidentally did leave it behind, it would lock up and erase all my information until I came back. It's totally secure.
Huh.
Then I get back to the cafe, resync my Plasticard. There's that barista again. So this time I get his number and then bump into you.
Bump into me.
And then we all go out to dinner.
We do?
Yeah, we go to that new place on 23rd. I put it on my business card because this is a business trip and I'm always talking business. You bring your wife and, oh, you give her that watch. Or make it a smart watch. She'll be so surprised.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that's Plasticard.
Well, I like it.
I knew you would.
You always know the coolest stuff.
I like to think I'm pretty tech savvy, yeah.
Imagine a world in total turmoil where you would not be allowed to purchase the basic necessities like food, water, and gas. A world that strips you of all of your rights and freedoms unless you agree to possess a certain fateful mark in your forehead or your hand. A mark that represents a license or permission to live in the world's final civilization. The Bible says that in the end of time, everybody will be required to receive the mark of the beast. And if you don't receive this mark, at first you won't be able to buy or sell, and ultimately you'll be killed.
He causes all to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except the one who has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
The Bible is clear. Death would be preferable to the curses that fall on the one that receives the mark of the beast. But how can you avoid receiving this mark if you don't even know what it is? Nobody has it yet, but soon many will. You need to make sure it's not you. There are few subjects that are more misunderstood, and very few subjects that need to be understood more.
Everything God has done, He has done it for you. From creation to the cross to the call He's placing upon your heart today. Without Him, you're in serious trouble. For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. And when sin is finished, it brings forth death. The wages of sin is death. And all that remains is judgment. It's appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment. But God's love could not stand to lose you, and so He built a bridge with the cross of His Son. God proved His love toward us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. For Christ has suffered for sins, the just for the unjust, that He might bring us to God. But regardless of God's love to us, our destiny hinges upon our response, and some will reject His offer. He came unto His own, and His own received Him not. Others will gladly receive God's gracious gift. But as many as received Him, to them gave He power to become the sons of God, even to them that believe on His name, which were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. Jesus said, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of God. Nicodemus answered, how can these things be? Jesus said, if you'll only believe. If you will confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus and believe in your heart that God has raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For with the heart man believes unto righteousness, and with the mouth confession is made unto salvation. For whosoever will call upon the name of the Lord will be saved. There existed an impasse between you and God, but Christ built a bridge with the wood of his cross. Will you cross that bridge and be saved today?